This is DAX trades for the 6th of March, actually. I'm recording this on the 7th. I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. So you can see yesterday we opened up rate and value. We pushed up higher to the value area high right away during the pre-cash, and then we went up to one standard deviation, and I missed a couple obvious chances to fade today there. And then honestly get caught in this chop here, and I should have been trading in value I should have been trading the extremes instead of playing the VWAP. I should have been playing the standard deviations and stuff. So anyway, we didn't lose a ton of money, and I managed to get into an entry lower. So I managed to get into this entry here on the top, the value area high on the day, and then we're going to push down, and eventually got stopped out here, and then I tried to take the push higher, got stopped out again, but we did manage to get a couple contracts in here as we took a bit of a push off yesterday's value area low. So you can see it's value area low. Yeah, it should be about 46, I think. 59. Yeah, you can see we come down here to 46, which is yesterday's value area low, and push back up, and then I managed to get another entry as we crossed back over the standard deviation, and took a couple off there, and then got stopped out, and then basically I called it a day. So it could have been a lot worse. Now certainly down a couple hundred euro, a few points, and we managed to get back up and get squared away okay for the day. I'll just show the P&L here in points. So here's the P&L for the day. Yeah, 11.5. I was down 14 after that first blunder at the first. So sometimes it's not good to look at your P&L at first and just keep trading until you get the feel for the day. Anyway, we ended up certainly a very lackluster day, but it could have been a lot worse. Cheers. Okay, so here's our DAX trades for today. This is the 7th of Friday, and even though we have some non-farm payroll stuff coming out later on today in the U.S., we've had quite a day today on the DAX, and honestly I thought that we'd get a directional day, but I didn't think that it would come before the U.S. opened. You can see that our ATR has been increasing, and you can see that we've had these two narrow range days today, or the day before and the day before that. So that sort of after two wide-ranging days. So I was thinking, well, we could be in for a directional move instead of another rotational day, and I really didn't expect it to be to the downside. So what happened? The market opened and pushed down right away, and then by the time we were ready to get into the cash open, we'd already taken the value area low as support, and we had another look at that. We took a little bit of a bounce off the gap, and honestly I thought the gap would hold, and I took an entry on the gap, and I got stopped out full stop, just bang, as it took out the gap. After it did that, I thought, well, what I could do is take the next standard deviation, start to average into a trade, and I entered at 17, and And basically I had to get out. I had to get a couple out there. So I entered at 17. I got out at 18.5. At that point, I entered short, and I thought, okay, we could go lower here, and then it come right back up and stop me out. So once I realized that, and had a look at it on the crunch things up a little bit more. Actually, I normally use a 250 tick chart. Then I realized, we were preparing to drop a lot lower. That's the way it looked. So that's at that point where I got short again. And you can see here, I got short here, and I took my normal 2 targets off here. Had a few. Just before we hit the low of the day, and then we took out the low of the day and just blasted through there. And I took another one off there. So there's 2 there, 1 there, and then that left me holding 1, which I got stopped out here. And there was a little bit more left in the move when I got stopped out my last one, but that saved my day. I mean, I was down, 1,000 euros or something like that before that happened. I don't know at the time what it was. I just knew that I didn't want to look at it because I knew it was bad. But it basically, that was the price I paid to figure out which way the market was going. I really didn't think that we'd get a big sell-off before the non-farm payrolls. I just thought that we'd meander around and probably be in for a bit of a rotational day until then, but we weren't. Anyway, that's what you got to do, is don't look at your profit until you just concentrate on what's happening in front of you and the order flow, and then play it the way you think you should play it. If you hit your daily stop, well, then you've got to have an alert of some kind, like I do, that tells you, hang on, you've hit your daily stop. So after that, we had, I'll just go back to a 250 tick chart here and show you the trademark hockey stick. So after that point, what we had here was what I like to call a hockey stick pattern, because it sort of looks like a hockey stick, and being Canadian, I sort of am partial to hockey sticks. So you can see, we have that first big drop, and then you get this, which is the shaft of the hockey stick, and then you get the blade here, which is this big wide paddle. It's more like a goalie stick, I guess, if you like. But the psychology behind this is you get the big drop, and then everybody is expecting it, and I've been one of them before. Everybody's expecting this to drop lower very quickly, but every time it starts to drop, people cover because they want to take profits. And then it pushes down again, and people cover again. And eventually, all the guys that are trapped down here are coming out, and they're covering, right? And then here, now we've got a retest, and then you end up with a push higher into the VWAP, which is the first target, and then up here to the full standard deviation from the VWAP. And then I was actually at dinner, so I didn't take full advantage of this. I managed to get stopped out at 88, so I just had my runner on. So now we're back to the point of control. So it'll be interesting to see the way things pan out, but I would expect really things to end up somewhere around, I think 9,400 is our target measured move for this. So depending on how non-farm payrolls go and stuff, but anyway, that's the DAX. That's the DAX for today, the 7th of March. And I could also just have a look at our points for the day. So yeah, like I said, wow, there you go. Yeah, we're down like 1,200 on that one trade there, and I had 700 loss first, so down $2,000, and then I got $2,000 on that big thrust down, and then managed to make another 1,700. What I did on that one too was I did add into it once I knew that we were in that hockey stick play. I added another 4 contracts there, so that helped get me back, which I don't do very often unless I'm absolutely sure that it's one of my plays that's pretty reliable, like that short covering play. So yeah, don't add contracts unless you're really sure and you've done it lots of times before. But that's how I managed to get from a 2,000 loss to a 2,100 profit today. Anyway, that's how we ended up today on the DAX. I'll do some reviews for the HHI later too, because we had a pretty dramatic day there yesterday and today. I didn't trade the whole day today, but we had a good day, but pretty dramatic and worth noting and worth recording anyway, so I'll do those a bit later. Okay, cheers.